Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create and customize your forms on Wix Studio. So let's get started. Now there are two ways of creating forms on Wix Studio. The first way is by going to your site dashboard and you just come over here and click on select site. Then you go over to where you have customers and leads and click on forms and submissions. And over here you come here to where you have create form and you click on it. And here we have the form builder, which enables us to build our own custom form. Now the other method that you can use to create your form is by going directly to your Wix Studio site. And you go back to your Wix Studio main site and click on add elements. And you come over to where you have contacts and forms. And over here you see the different options. You can also use already designed contact forms, which are here. But for this video, I'll just click on create new form, which will allow us to start from scratch. And this is the form builder that will open up. And yeah, this is the form builder that will enable you to customize and edit your form. So those are just the two ways that you can use to add forms to your Wix Studio sites. This is the form builder. Now we do have a lot of options here, so I'll just go over them pretty quick. And the first one we have is the option to preview the form. This just allows you to get like a sneak peek of the form that you've built. Then you have the settings. You have the option to change your form name. Just put form -1. Then you also have the other option of required fields, required field style, and notifications and automations, and also the spam filter. This just allows you to filter out important messages you receive. Then you also have the submissions. This will allow you to see the forms that have been submitted, your spam, and any form that you delete. So over now to the main form builder. Now on the form builder, you do have all the contact fields here and other fields that you can add to your site. Now to simply add them, all you have to do is just drag and drop it, and that field is there. And over here you have your settings. First option you have is the option to change the title of the field. I can change it to email address for user. Then you also have the other option, which is to enable it to become a required field, meaning that the user will have to fill in this particular field before it can be submitted. You also have placeholder text. As this text that is inside the field, you can change what it says. And the other one you have is the field description. This is just a little note that appears below the field, and you can see it over here. And once I click on preview, this is what the form will look like. Now on the form you can also add multiple other fields. You can even resize them. Let's say you want like a 2-column grid, and just resize this and you can put them side by side. The form builder, we still have two options, which are the rules and pages. Now for the rules, simply just a way of adding conditional logic to your forms. Let me just show you a quick example of how it works. And now we have this if and then. Now this if simply just means if a specific condition is met, Then this action is carried out, and you have this option to choose a field, whether the email address or the phone number. So now just click on email, and you see a condition. Now you can see a lot of conditions: is equal to, is not equal to, is empty, and others. So I'll just choose does not contain, and since it's an email, I'll just put the at symbol. All this simply means is if this email address does not contain this at symbol, then we can perform a function. I'll click on this field, and you can see what it will affect. These two input fields, the submit button and the phone number. So I'll click on submit, and a result that will happen. So I'll just make it hidden. Then I'll save the row. Once I come over here to preview, you can see that the button is not showing because it's hidden. The button will only show when the at symbol is there. So you can also add multiple rows to it. Like I can add another condition, but this time it will be for the phone. And let me just put is not equal to 10. And I'll click on save row. Then on preview, I press the at symbol, but you can see that the button still doesn't show because we have not fulfilled the other condition. And that is put the phone number being 10. Now the button shows. So that's just a way you can add custom validation to your forms. So the next part is pages. This just makes it easier for you to break your forms down into multiple layers. Like once I click on add page, you can see another form pops up. I can add multiple pages. Once I click on preview, you can see that it has this button next. Then go to the next form and the other form before you can finally submit. So that can just be great for maybe you want to make like a multi-step form. That's what you can use, pages. Now once you're done editing your form to your preference, and just click on save. Click on save. This is how your form will look like on Wix Studio. Now to customize the form, all you have to do is click on it and click on settings. Right here you see you have a lot of options for the form: layout, design, and now for the layout you just have the padding and spacing for each of the form container. Like for this side padding, if I increase it, this is the padding between the sides, and this is the space between rows. As you can see, as I'm increasing it, the row space is increasing. Just use it back. And then for the design, you have the form background. This is the background color of the form. Right now is white. I can change it to, let me say, purple, and you see the form background changes. You also have other options like the border color, the border width, and the radius. Now you also have this option to reset it back to the original design. So once I click on it, changes back to the original. Then we have the option for the form fields. These are just a way to design each and every field here. I can change the color from white to black. Also change the corner radius. Let's put it at 50. You can see it changes with this. So I have the border color, the border width, and other stuff. Now you also have the option of form field text. And this is the text that as the user is inputting the details, this is what to show. So I'll just change each of them to white. Once I click on preview, you can see that now the data that I'm putting is white. Now you also have other options like the header and paragraph styles, which is the color, but I didn't put them on the form. But this is just the way you can edit it. You can also change the the font style, and then finally you have this button. Now you have the option to edit the submit button, the back button, and next button. Even an upload button is there. You can change the style of the button. This is an outline button. I won't change it to a rounded style. You can also control the states of the button, the styles when it's on hover. So that's it for editing the form I designed from this Figma file. That's something I did like behind the scenes so as not to take too much of your time. So now just click on publish and change it to maybe contact. Now this is what the form looks like. Now if I try to submit it without filling any of the fields, just give me an error since I put all of them to required. Let's just fill them up. And once I click on submit, so that you get this little message here. Thanks, we received your submission. Now where this email will go to is to the email that you used to register on Wix. If I go over to my email, you can see that right here I have the email here. It's all the details that were filled and the message. Now sometimes you might need to check your spam folder because sometimes your email can put it in your spam folder. So that's just something you should take note of. And you also have another option, maybe in case you want to send it to a different email, different from the one that you registered with on Wix. All you have to do is come back to the form, edit form. And over here you go to settings, and right here once you see notifications and automations, you see this first one, so just click on edit. And right here you see the particular automation. Now you can change the name of it and just say form submission, and this is the trigger. This is what happens once the email is submitted. Now the other action will be to send email. So if I click on edit and I go down here, you see it says sends an email. But if you want to send it to another address, all you have to do is click on get an email, and you see the option here. It says send email. Now this is my own email address. But if you want another mail, you just click on custom emails, and then you can put another email that you want different from the email that you registered with. So for testing purpose, I'll just put my Outlook mail, and then you also have the option to give the message a title. You just put it as form submitted and also a message, but I'll just leave it. You also have this option to include the details of the mail, and just click on save. Now you see that the automation was saved. Cancel this and publish the site again. Now let me try to send another email. I'll just say message and then I'll click on send. Now I'll come over to my Outlook mail. Let me reload it. As you can see here, this is the mail that we received from that form submission. Once I click on it, and these are all the details that comes with the form submission: the message, the contact name, email address, and others. Now from this link you can also view the submissions. Just copy, let's go to the link. And you can see all the submissions that you've had on your form. They are right here. So that's it for the video. Thank you once again for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Well, I'll meet you guys in the next video.